Okay, here's how the patio is dropped back a little ways. This is the door into the house. These are the French doors, and so this is where you walk. This is your landing pad. They had a little towel there, but you hear that? I didn't do that. This does it on its own. The electric cable goes up into the attic someplace. I'm going to try and disconnect that once I get up there. I didn't do that. It's all on its own. It's been doing that since I got here. So over here, you see these holes? These holes right here? Those are called drill holes. Drill holes. The only reason to put a hole like that, the only reason we know of, known to man, is so that product, which is code for poison, for subterranean termites, subterranean termite poison has been applied to this structure, at least in this area, at least one time. We don't know when it was treated. We don't know who treated it. And we do not know what it was treated with. But because it has been treated, I can only recommend treatment for live animals. Live animals. These conducive conditions, you can treat them. Instead of, you don't want to cut these bushes back, you can treat it. That high soil, you can treat it. But I can't recommend treatment. You can have it treated. I could sell you a treatment. If I did treatments, I could sell you a treatment. But I can't recommend treatment. I have to recommend removal of the conducive conditions. And knowing that it's been treated, that could be a clean report in that regard. But those are the rules that I have to follow to avoid unnecessary costs, double billing, protect the consumer, over application of product, poison into the environment. So to protect the environment, to protect the consumer, then if the consumer wants to buy a treatment, that's another story. So we come in. These buttons, they're not supposed to be closer to the garage floor than 5 feet, so that little hands don't come up here. And we don't even need little hands today. It's not illuminated. We do not have a caution notice. Picture of a small kid. There it goes. That wasn't me. Coming along. We don't have optic sensors. Optic sensors aren't here. We got a manual door lock, which should have been disabled. It was locked when I got here. I guess I should put it back. They know what's going on. Pretty obvious. I met one of the sellers, or the seller. He seemed to kind of hint that something was going on with the door and warned me that the door was locked in case I tried to open it. And something was going on. Okay. But we do not have optic sensors, safety reverse. We do have pulled handle inside. We do not have notices. We're supposed to have a safety notice, a little picture of a kid getting smashed. Spring tension notices at the bottom of each corner. Again, optic sensors. Panels are kind of boogered up on the outside. We do have a pull handle. We do have a spring. We do have a courtesy light, although the protective lens cover isn't present. Another thing that's interesting is going on in here is all this peeling tape and peeling paint. Obviously, there's been probably the reason why they replaced the roof. I would imagine. I don't know. I'd imagine that probably we had some leakage here, and that is annoying. This is the attic scuttle hole. We're going up in a little bit. We're going together. I'm taking you with me. And by the time you see this video, you've probably already been in. We've already been in the attic together. This box has been replaced. This cabinet. This is the electric load center. The bonding location should be labeled underneath here, and it's not. You're not supposed to have more than 1/8 of an inch gap between the wall and the cabinet, which there is. Since the meter is on the other side of the kitchen, then this is technically a sub panel, a 200 amp sub panel. Got your little protective covers. It's aluminum to copper. Your main neutral coming in here, it should be wrapped with white tape. If you don't know that's the main neutral, you don't belong in this panel, but it should be wrapped with white tape. These hots over here, so one of these is for the air conditioning unit, 60 amps and 20 amps. What's going on here? Talk to me. 20 amps. It's not labeled. AC top, 50 amps. It's over 60 amps. It's overfused, according to this. I think it might be underfused, but according to the labeling. So the condensing unit is overfused, as per the labeling. This is called bundling. See these knockouts? These are for L1 and L2. See all these smaller ones? These are for the smaller wires. You're not supposed to bring in more than 2 cables at a time through any perforated opening. That's what those are for. It's easier to do that. I get it. It's my house. My house isn't for sale. And then this cabinet was screwed in instead of nailed in. Screws. Screws are fast and screws are tight. I get that. But also, they don't have the tensile strength, the tension and a shear strength that nails do. Screws break faster than nails. So if this structure was to experience an earthquake, for example, or a tornado, if this box had been nailed in, it would stand a lot better chance of staying in place than being having it screwed in. If a tornado hits you, you're probably in pretty bad shape altogether, but still now this is your grounding bus and this is your neutral bus. Since this is a sub panel, because the main panel is over yonder, they're not supposed to be bonded like this. They're not supposed to be bonded. That bar should have been removed. And then, to add insult to injury, if this bar was supposed to remain in place, then it doesn't have the right screw on it. It should have been screwed. It's good that it's not screwed, but it should have been removed altogether. There's no duplicity. We have some labeling over here, no labeling here, and this labeling is insufficient. We got a sub panel. We're going to find us a sub panel. This labeling is insufficient. It's supposed to be printed like this, not hand printed, but mechanically printed and doubled. I'll tell you what. Let's go. See that sub panel while we're there. Get some peace from that. That's the sound of the highway. Let's come in and see if we can just knock this out real quick. Keep them together. This is the mechanical closet where the water heater is. And no light in the mechanical closet, no light for the sub panel. It's supposed to have 32 inches, 17 inches of clearance. Not supposed to have an open knockout. Let's see that can be. Not supposed to have an open knockout. And so this, I guess, would be, we call this the sub panel. We're missing the screws. 1 screw on the other panel, 2 screws on this one. Don't need no stinking screws. Hang on. I'm not gonna drop you. My special effects. My special effects. You gotta have some special effects on your movie. You want people to watch it. There we go. Hang on, you still there? Still there? Okay, this is the sub panel. This is the sub panel. What do we do here? I already lost my flashlight. So what do we do with this sub panel? We screwed it in. This is even better. We screwed this one in with sheetrock screws. It's not going to hold very well. And we got our neutral. Okay, it's separate from the ground. Okay, so we got the separation. So we have an open knockout. We got a gap larger than 1/8 inch, and we got the wrong kind of screws going on. And we have the open knockout, and it's not properly labeled. And that's our sub panel. That's the show for that. We'll talk about these other things here in a moment.